Hello guys, Jagveer Singh back with another video of Catia V5, and in this video I will continue with the plane series where we left at. So do not forget to subscribe and let's get started. So in last video we made that because of some technicality issues I made another plane video, which was this one, in which I started from scratch, and that's why it doesn't have the nose cone of the fuselage. We will be making that plus continuing with the, so we are almost done with the wing. I will show you how to make the vertical stabilizer and also the horizontal stabilizer in the upcoming videos. In this video is just the nose and the vertical stabilizer as well. So you can see in other videos as well, I've already made how to make a nose cone, but still I'm just going to show you guys once again. You can use freestyle if you want to, once again, and right here there are different ways of doing things, as I mentioned earlier as well. It's all up to you, individual choices, how do you like to use it, and you can use it independently of how this thing works. So control points, and you can start here. This is the first point, disable geometry detection, and you can continue with the geometry itself. Disable again and join it here. Click OK. We have something like this. We can work slightly on it to make it more smoother. It looks okay. So far it looks okay. We already have one sketch from here. I'm just going to use blend if I want to. I can use that. That's one good feature to use it. I can go back to generative shape design once again. Under shape, generative shape design, I can use blend right here. Let's see if it works. For blend I need the support, so I'm going to make an extrusion right here for whatever I made just right now, and that's perfectly fine. And blend, we are going to use it again. First curve and the support. I'm just going to hide this view. Support, second curve, and the support. Preview. You can see it shows. I'm just going to show a normal view to it. You can see it shows the shape, but it's slightly irregular, so we can, what about the direction? If I change the direction, okay, it's going to make huge impact on it. That's what we don't want. Tangency, you can create curvature, not curvature, tangency, but we can also change the tension. Okay, it's tension from the upper side. We want that to be 1, but here we need to increase, I guess. Yeah, 1.6, and let's say 2. But it all depends on what looks good for now. You can also add a guiding curve and make it more or less like a multi-section. I'm pretty sure that will work too. If we are not able to find the desired results that we are looking for, then that's what we are going to be doing. Alright. No. One point 6. And if I reduce this to 0.75, well, this thing looks better than the previous one. What about 0.5? Yeah, looks pretty close. It's good enough. That looks okay. So yeah, I'm just going to hide this extrusion once again. I'm going to bring back the view, and there we go. The extrusion looks good. So now I'm going to continue with the vertical stabilizer as I discussed earlier. The same features, nothing much, a simple sketch, but I would rather need a projection sketch for the side view of the projection, and then I'm just going to use the sweep function to have the vertical stabilizer. But also the spine is very important in this case. The way I do it is slightly different, and that's why, like, the way I do things in terms of vertical stabilizer, I will show two basic ways. One way is easy way, in which I just try to keep the backside open for the vertical stabilizer by cutting it through with the plane. So let's try the main way that I personally use. Right here you can see that I'm going to make a position sketch. So what I would do is, first I'm just going to take a point, consider this as a plane. I'm just going to go a normal view, and somewhere here looks okay to me. Anywhere I can hide this thing. Somewhere here, avoid the lines so that it doesn't make any complications for future. That's important. That looks okay. If this is not okay, then you can just move it to somewhere here maybe. Yeah, that looks okay. Now I'm just going to offset a plane. There we go. Offset a plane. There we go. We have a plane there. Now I'm going to create a position sketch, selecting the plane, projection point, the point that we just made. Make sure the vertical is on the top and horizontal on the side. And what we need to replicate is this particular profile, starting from that position, starting from here. So this profile of the plane, if we zoom in, you can see that the vertical stabilizer have a very thin profile. So it's going to be a very thin profile. You can use a small curvature spine. That's what I'm going to use it. And then I'm just going to use a straight line, continuing that at slight of an angle. It's not perfectly straight, but it's slightly at an angle, if I would say. And I'm going to make these two lines tangent to each other. There we go. And now I'm just going to play with it to make it slightly outside. There we go. Perfect. I'm just going to play around it and, make these things like this, and there we have an angle, just a small angle, nothing specific. Now similarly, I'm just going to trace the path that we are going to be using. So we can either make another sketch or just make lines. Sketch is easier, so I'm just going to make another sketch. A simple sketch or precision sketch really doesn't matter. If you want to, you may, so that you know where to start and where to end at. So so that it makes our life easier. So the plane is this one, the one that we have right here. The projection point is right here, this way. Click OK, and I'm just going to make a profile starting from here. I'm just going to zoom in, straight line till here, another straight line till here. It's basically more or less all straight lines. Just going to extend it a bit, good enough. And so I have a curve. I do need a spine for sure. I have a profile, which is this small profile. Then I do have a path. I need a spine. Spine is, you don't need to overcomplicate things, just make a straight up line starting from the position from this point. I'm going to change this point to point direction, choose this point, and then give the direction of X both sides. And similarly I'm going to extend this as well. Not a lot, just slightly. There we go, and click OK. So now what I'm going to do is just going to use the sweep function. With reference, the profile comes out here. Guiding curve is this one. Surface is basically the plane what they're looking for. It says in the mean plane as well. This is the one, and then the spine itself is right here. This is it. You can see it's a very small profile, not what like most people might be expecting, but the only thing that can be responsible for this kind of shortening of the total profile is the profile itself, the sketch of the profile. So in order to make this all the way through down, we just need to change the length of the sketch and extend it as low as possible. So I'm going to extend it till here somewhere and exit out. There we go. So I'm going to do this again and again and again so that I get all the way through down. And somewhere here, let's say. I'm hopeful that this will work. I don't need to change it again. And yeah, I mean, it looks okay. Maybe slightly more, just to be on the safe side. Somewhere here. This is definitely good. Yep. I'm going to bring back the fuselage that we created. And now we have this more or less like a complete plane. So in order to justify this, you can see that it's not, this is additional, that's what we don't want. I'm just going to hide these views for a while, and now just make sure that I get rid of this extra side. So what I generally use, you can use either split or trim depending on your practicality and the way you use it. You can use split as well. You see it says element to cut. I want to cut this, and it's asking for a cutting element. If I have it, I can use it. If I don't, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the extract feature, but before that I'm also going to try with trim this with respect to this. If that's what you don't like, you can also say next element or whichever way it is, or other side. From here it's going to be slightly more clear. You got rid of extra material that was right here, coming from here. So now we want to get rid of this extra material as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply extract, use the extract feature to extract this line right here, this fuselage. I can extract the entire fuselage if I want to, or just simply extract one single surface and join it later on. This and this. Don't forget to click the bag. So these two lines, I'm going to extract them. Click OK. So now because these are two lines, I'm going to just simply join both of them. Join feature, this with this. Click OK. Good enough. So now I have joined these two surfaces. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this. Now we can use the trim function accordingly. Element to cut. Just a second. Trim. Let's see if trim works now. This. My bad. Wait a sec. Trim. Want to trim this. Element to remove is this particular thing. Okay. My bad. I'm using trim. I'm supposed to use split. Element to cut is this one. The cutting element is going to be this line right here. And that's good. Looks good. Click OK. I got rid of that extra line that I don't want to. That looks good. I can see that's what exactly I'm looking for. And now I'm going to bring back the views that I just hid. And there we have it. I mean, we are pretty close to the end, but also wait a sec. If I hide this, we can see that this is not the shape that we want. It's supposed to be at a certain angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another sketch, a simple sketch, which is going to be a simple straight line, which I will be using as a cutting element right here. Just a simple straight line representing the back side of the vertical stabilizer. But because you cannot use a line to cut any surface, so we need to make a plane onto that line. So I'm going to click on angle, normal to the plane. You need to zoom out for this. It's asking for the rotation axis. This is the one that you want to have a plane about, and then for the reference you can try it out, whichever suits better. It shows error. Click normal to the plane. It will show you the options. I'm pretty sure we need ZX, and this is the plane that we're looking for. This is going to be our cutting plane. So I'm going to bring back the surface that we hid, and now I'm going to cut this surface with respect to this plane. So again, split. They're asking element to cut, which is going to be this one, and the cutting element is going to be right here. But you see, it's cutting both the surfaces. If you don't want that, you can just simply extract this surface first. Extract this, and like all these surfaces that you are actually willing to make. Right here, click OK. You extracted it. Now you can split it if you want to, and it will be a good visualization as well. This particular surface with respect to this particular plane. So now there's going to be slight of a problem that might be issuing, that I need to go to the tree once. This extract is going to be a problem from here to here. I'm just going to redo it once again. Yes, for some reason this split is considering the entire thing. I just want to make sure, have I joined it myself or no? I haven't joined it yet. Okay. Alright. I'm going to extract the fuselage as well once. Looks good. Now I have a layer of fuselage and a layer of split 3. I can just cut out the split 3 now if I want to. That's what I'm going to do. Split with respect to this plane. This looks okay. Well, you can simply split everything. Split this with respect to this plane, no problem. There we go. If you don't want to keep that open from the back, then definitely you can do the way I told you initially, which is to actually extract this and this individually and then use them separately. Right here, and right here. Click OK and join them all. Join it. Perfect. Now split it. Trim. Okay. Again trim this, cutting element this. I think I've done it so many times it's showing error now. Wait a second, I'm not able to even see. Split 3 is this one, right? Yeah. Just going to extract the fuselage. Click OK. Trim it. This thing with respect to this looks good. Look OK. There we go. This is what we are looking for, and that's what we have it right there. Looks good. You can hide it if you want to, whichever way, whatever you like, according to your preference. This is what the model looks like. That's why I'm just trying to replicate it with whatever knowledge I have, and that's pretty much it for this video. So in this video we covered up the nose cone, and we spent some time making the vertical stabilizer of a plane as well. It is one way of doing it. There might be multiple ways. Whenever I learn everything, I'm just going to get back to these videos and modify them, and also keep posting again and again, so that you have more and more options to choose from, that whatever the ways are available in order to have the surface design of the plane to be built in different ways, and whichever way you like, you choose and you prefer it. So once again, thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe my channel for upcoming new videos. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.